June, sorry to drag you out.
It's all right, no problem.
I didn't want to make a big thing of it, but the woman over there, Mrs. Cook, she's been in quite a lot recently with the same sort of injuries. I think she might have domestic trouble.
Reported break-in at Sherwood's Electrical, number 14, Ellington Way. Any units?
Cheers, boys. Come round to the restaurant, Dann. I'll buy you a beer.
Right, no chance, Harry. I'm off to Corfu. 7 days of sun, sea and sex.
At all units, a break-in
I might take that one.
Sherwood's Electrical,
What would I do without you?
Ellington Way. Any units?
I'm P.C. Ackland from Sun Hill. What happened?
It's nothing. I've just put the bandage on it.
You've knocked your face as well.
It's nothing.
Look, Mrs. Cook, are you in any sort of trouble? I mean at home or anything.
My husband, he won't come in. He prefers to sit outside in the car and listen to the radio.
Confirmed. That vehicle's registered as a white BMW, over.
Thanks, Kathy.
Could you give Stamp and Quinnan a call, please, Kathy? Tell them I'd like to see them.
Do you want to see them now, sir?
No, I've got to go out again. Better make it after the refs. 1800 will be fine.
Sir.
Mr. Cook?
Yes.
My name's P.C. Ackland. I've just been inside talking to your wife. Don't you think she might need a bit of support, Mr. Cook? She's obviously very upset. She's sustained some quite nasty injuries. Do you know how she came by them?
Maybe she fell. I don't know. I just drive the car.
It seems to me, Mr. Cook, that her injuries are consistent with someone who's been assaulted.
Tell you that, did she?
Well, no, she didn't.
No. I thought not.
So you don't know anything about it?
That's right. I was listening to the radio, so if that's all.
You should have clocked his documents, June. Never know, might have forgotten to renew his insurance.
Oh, that's not the point, is it? She's in and out of casualty all the time. Cuts, bruises, all the usual things. And he gets away with it.
Probably too scared to say anything. You want to go round there, give him a fright, set the net curtains flapping.
You fit?
You're keen?
Monroe wants to bend our ears.
Do you know, it's funny, I saw Monroe at the hospital today. He was tarting himself up.
Probably having a fling with a sister.
Well, you never know.
Who's having a fling?
Monroe.
It's all taken care of. I'll try and pop out and see you later. OK, bye. Come in. Yes, gentlemen.
You wanted to see us, sir?
Come in.
Oh, sorry, Andrew. I just thought I'd catch you before you went to the business watch meeting.
I'll come in, sir. This'll only take a minute. Right then, gentlemen. Anyone have anything to say on the subject of carrying unauthorised passengers? You know what I'm talking about, Stamp?
It's against regulations, sir.
Quinnan?
Well, like Tony says, sir.
When I was in Priory Vale today, I saw you giving a lift to a gentleman with some bags of shopping. A gentleman who, as far as I could see, had absolutely no connection with police business whatsoever. Well?
Yeah, it was my fault, sir. It's a bloke we know who's been quite useful in the past, supplying us with the odd tidbit. I just happened to spot him and suggested we give him a lift.
And I just happened to spot you, Quinnan. So, while a call for a reported break-in at Ellington Way went unanswered, you two decided you'd play Good Samaritans and supply your friend with a minicab.
Oh, no, it's no excuse, sir. But we have been to the shop in Ellington Way before. He's got a dodgy alarm bell. He goes off for 3-hour dinner breaks and no one can find him. He's just a...
Pain in the bum. Yes, I'm quite aware of that, Stamp. But that does not give you the right, A, not to answer calls, and B, to carry unauthorised passengers. Do I make myself clear, gentlemen?
Sir.
Sir.
That's the dog and gun. 10 to 15 wedding guests in a brawl. It's all yours.
Receive.
You're right, June?
Domestic. Honiton Crescent. That's Ron Smollett's home beat, isn't it?
Yeah, but I doubt you're dragging out now. He's due to knock off at 6.
No chance he's got a panda.
Could be your lucky day. He blagged the spare.
Brilliant.
330 from Sierra Oscar.
330, go ahead.
Hello, Ron. Ron, it's June here. Look, I know you're about to knock off, but do you think you could do me a favour? Can you come round to Honiton Crescent with me, possible domestic?
Affirmative, June. I was supposed to be going out this evening, but, well, never mind. Now, I'll pick you up as soon as I can.
You're a star, Ron.
Mrs. Cook,
Yeah?
we met earlier at the hospital.
Yeah?
This is my colleague, P.C. Smollett. He's the home beat officer for this area.
Look, I don't want to be rude, but I just got in from work. Look, I'm sorry, I've got to go.
Mrs. Cook, we only want... Mrs. Cook! Mrs. Cook!
I'm so
Oh, it's all right. Young nephew's birthday. Dare say I'll still make it. What is going on here?
Mrs. Cook!
Mrs. Cook! Sierra Oscar from 330.
Go ahead, Rob.
Urgent assistance required. Domestic disturbance and operations. 35 Huntington Crescent. Careful, Jim, careful. Okay, all right now. All right.
All right. All right. Go back, go back. Is he your son?
Laurie, it frightened him. He thought it was a spaceship.
Okay, come on, floor show's over.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you.
Is it over then?
Mr. Cook?
That's right. Have you taken him away this time?
If you mean Mark, yes.
It's for the best. My bolt hole. My refuge.
Were you in here all the time? I think you better come back in the house, Mr. Cook.
No, Mrs. Cook, this way.
Hang on.
I want to go to my son.
I'm afraid that won't be possible, Mrs. Cook. He'll be charged and held in custody, awaiting an assessment by a psychiatric doctor and an approved social worker.
What are you charging him with?
He'll be charged with breach of the peace. He smashed your house up.
It's my house.
But he could have smashed you up.
That's a risk I live with.
Would you like to take Mrs. Cook through to the waiting room, please,
Yeah,
Jim?
please let me go to him. I don't want him banging his head on the cell wall.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that, Mrs. Cook.
I mean it. He sees a wall, it's like a magnet to him.
I'll make a note of it.
Please, let me go and see him.
Look, why don't you go round to the front with P.C. Ackland and wait in the waiting room?
Why can't I go in there?
Because the general public use the front entrance.
I'm not general or public. I'm private and specific.
I know a bloke who could do your windows on the cheap. Your frames will need doing. Why did he do it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, he must have done something before. I mean, what's all this?
That was the last time we ever spoke. Over a year ago. He tried to strangle me. So I kneed him in the groin. And then he came up here and tried to burn the place to the ground. Luckily, the wife was in the bath, so we got some buckets and doused it.
There must be something you can do. You can't go on living like this.
Walk out, you mean?
Oh, no. Social services or somebody, there must be something they can do.
I pay the mortgage and the housekeeping.
and I wash my hands of it. I told her his best chance would be to push him out. Push him onto the state, let them take care of it. We can't. But when it's your only child... In the end, I couldn't do it. I didn't know what to do. So I do nothing.
What did I say, Tone? Business watch. It'll be a piece of cake. He deserves it. Wrapping our knuckles like that in front of the Chief Inspector. And when was the last time you saw him using the duty officer's car for personal use then, eh?
Go on in. But don't forget, I'm not the one who's running off to Corfu to escape the flak.
You got bottom, Tony.
Now, Mark, I want you to sign here and here, right? It's just to say you've been advised of your rights.
Look, it's just to confirm what Sergeant Peters has already told you. It's nothing bad, Mark.
You want to take my legs, don't you? She told I was here, that's why you tried to come and make me sign so I could go on your spaceship. You tried to trick me, I know you...
No, Mark, I haven't, honestly, Mark.
Come on, you prat. Some of us want to see the bride off. Shut up.
Look, would you like to go and lie down, Mark? Be on your own for a bit, eh?
June, do you mind?
Sarge?
You going to sign or not? Right. Refuse to sign. Put him in number 3, Hollis.
Sarge, this is the last thing he needs.
June, if social services decide not to commit him to psychiatric, it's down to the magistrates. Let them get involved, just in case he decides to make a habit of losing his rag.
He's not losing his rag, Sarge. He's losing his mind.
Let's see how far he gets now, then.
Obviously not as far as he'd like.
What? Never, not in his car.
Only a bouquet. Love is in the air, Tone. Old Andy's found himself a bit on the side.
Oh, come on, darling, not in here. Back you go. This is a police station.
Look, mate, I hate giving you my name.
What's all that noise?
I'm sorry. It looks like somebody got divorced before they got married. Hopefully...
You won't stand all those people yelling.
No, he's all right, Mrs. Cook. He's on his own. He's very quiet.
Please, couldn't you let me see him? Just for a minute.
No, I'm sorry. I can't. It's the rules. We can't put you at risk. No. But why don't you sit down? How long's he had this problem with road sweepers?
Depends on how he feels. Anything with flashing lights, rumbling noises, all that with uniforms, he thought you'd come to take him over.
Must be a nightmare for you.
You have to have your wits about you. Used to fly at those bin men twice a week. We sit in the kitchen now, curtains closed, and listen to some of my old tapes. Likes the ballads, Frank Sinatra and all that lot. We get by.
Yeah, I'm sure you cope very well, Mrs. Cook, but what about getting proper treatment? I mean, how long has this been going on?
What about treatment? You tell me. 6 years it's been going on, ever since they chucked him out of university. That surprises you, doesn't it? He would have been a doctor by now. He started telling his fiancée his dad had nicked his books. A couple of months later, she dumped him on the doorstep. He kept locking himself in his room, one night. From then on, it was in and out of psychiatric hospital till a couple of years ago.
And what happened?
Some bright spark sent him home, flattened the hospital and turned it into a DIY warehouse.
Sierra Oscar from Sierra Oscar 1.
Sierra Oscar 1, go ahead.
I'd like you to circulate a lost or stolen vehicle, please, Kathy.
Go ahead, sir.
Index number Juliet 649 Tango Bravo Lima Blue Sierra, taken from Ellington Way car park sometime in the past 1.5 hours.
Steve, shall I organise a lift for you, sir?
Yes.
He's well gutted.
Yeah, I bet his bird ain't too happy.
Mark, grub up. Put your sandwich. Well, it's there if you change your mind. You're right, Mark. They've got to be long later to see him. Ignore them. Look, it's she's dramatically changed it. Over, please. Go back to your jobs. Let's give him some air, all right? It's all over. Thanks for your help. I was just being overcautious. Hollis, stay with him. June, I want a word. Sarge? Now, she obviously knows how to handle her son, but she's made a right mockery of our security here. In future, make sure that all visitors are properly supervised, all right?
Sarge! Mrs. Cook. Mrs. Cook, please, can you come out with me? All right, one of our officers will stay with you.
And you thought you were going to escape across the mid?
We'll have a bit of a rant. We'll just deny everything.
Can you help me, please, miss?
Yes, sir.
It's Eileen, my wife, and my son Mark. They came here hours ago, and I've waited and waited, but they didn't come home. I've brought Mark some clothes.
In a hurry, Quinnan?
Oh, yes, sir, I'm going away.
On your holidays? I'm quite aware. Well, you know why you're here. So, as we're all in a hurry to get away, and you're about to deny everything, shall we cut the flannel?
Sir?
Where do you think I got this from, Quinnan? A fancy dress shop? I gave your ego a tap, so you both thought you'd stitch me up and have a bit of fun at my expense. I won't even bother to ask if you did it, because we know that. Of course, the whole station knows that. That was the idea. And they'll all know about the flowers and my secret romance. Laughable, isn't it? Pity I didn't have the opportunity to drop them into the hospital. My wife's having an operation tomorrow. And that's all. Have a nice holiday, Quinnan.
Thank you, sir.
Big brown eyes, extraordinary big brown eyes, piercing brown eyes, and this big, big brown beard, very, very full brown beard, and this cloak, this white cloak. I swear,
Hey.
it was.
Hey. Thanks very much for talking to us, Mark.
He
But we have got to have a chat, so maybe you'd like to go and have a rest.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot.
Come on, Mark.
Thanks a lot.
He's been diagnosed as chronic schizophrenic in the past.
According to his mother, yeah.
And he obviously believes that someone is out to harm him.
How's he been while he's been in custody? Any problems?
Well, he got a bit scared when the custody officer gave him a sandwich, but no, there's been no real problem. He just seems more frightened and isolated than anything else.
Well, I would say that under the circumstances, there's very little that can be done for him that isn't already being done.
But nothing is being done, is it?
That's not true. He has undergone treatment.
Well, can't you have have him sectioned under the Mental Health Act. I mean, have him taken into care.
Your custody officer could have him sectioned. That's not the problem. The problem is what to do with him.
Well, you have him committed to a psychiatric ward. I mean,
No, it's
surely...
out of the question. While he's not actually presenting a risk to himself
What
or
about his
anyone
mother?
else, we certainly couldn't take away his liberty. I mean, he does have rights, after all.
Doesn't his mother have any rights? Look, she has been injured by him. She's not going to testify to that in court, but it unquestionably goes on.
Well, that is a legal question.
P.C. Ackland, I can tell you he's a damn sight better off than most. Dr. Marden and myself and many other people spent half our lives on the telephone desperately trying to find psychiatric hospital places for people with nowhere to go and no one to look after them. At least Mark has that. Hospital just isn't feasible.
I think that Roger and I both agree that for the moment, his case should be monitored.
And is that it?
I really can't see any other course of action. Look, I'm probably no happier about this than you are, but it's the best the system can provide, believe me.
Split personality is what people think, you know. It's what people think. Anyway, Dad Streep had schizophrenia. He went on working for years.
I can't think I've come across him. Has he ever called, Judd?
No, he's one of Freud's case histories. It's quite interesting if you get a chance to have a look at it.
Yeah, well, I might do that. I've always been aware of what a strange thing the human mind is.
I don't understand. You said...
I said he'd be given an assessment.
But he needs to go to hospital. What assessment does he need? You've seen him.
A doctor and a social worker have both agreed.
But you've seen what he's like. He hears voices. He's meeting Jesus Christ in the shopping arcade. What are they going to do with him in the court, eh? Send him to prison?
No, he'll be bound over to keep the peace.
And sent back home for me to look after? How am I supposed to cope with him?
Mrs. Cook, please calm down.
No. When he's out of control, he needs drugs. Drugs I don't have. Drugs the hospital has. Why can't he go there? Just for a while. Why?
I don't know. I guess it's just not that simple.
Oh, isn't it? What's so complicated about it? What is it that you people can't see with your own eyes?
All I know is what the social worker told me. And he thinks...
Oh, does he? He slashed his legs with a razor blade. He washed his face with bleach. Have you ever seen what that does?
No.
Blood in his eyes. And he'll do it again and again and again and again. And then he'll probably be dead!
So I'll have to stay here all night then, won't I? You'll keep me here.
That's right.
Good. Good.